Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from Western Kentucky, and we are here to continue our playthrough of Total War Three Kingdoms playing as Sun Jian. And I think towards the end of last mission we made peace with Jian, and I'm talking about, oh yeah, I can get a military access agreement with him then and come up and surprise Liu Zhang. Well, he's got a force right here, and guess what? I didn't even remember. I don't have to make a military access agreement. I have Han territory right here. I can move straight across and get in there. So why waste the money and time probably paying for an agreement that Jian isn't even up to agreeing to at the moment. So the plan has shifted over here. We're going to try going straight across the river into Han territory, see how close we can get to this army over here. That's it on this side. Over in the north, we chased Yuan Shao out of our areas. He's got a couple armies here, one right by his city over here, Hennai, and the other one just retreated across the river right there, Yuan Ji. So I got two forces counteracting that move on the other side of the river, but what I'm thinking once they get their movement back, I'm thinking hopping them on the river, forgetting about any territories north of the Yellow River for now. I may pull my guys back and I'll only react to Yuan Shao depending on how he might move down to me. But in the meantime, regarding Yuan Shao, I want to focus on this trade port, whether Duchy of Zhang gets there before me or whether I beat him to the trade port. This is the territory I really want, because it kind of keeps me in line with what I already own, and if I do that and gain the port and get that out of action, I'm fine suing for peace with Yuan Shao and then refocusing my efforts behind my borders, in the middle of my borders on Kangzhou. The reason I want to end the conflict a little bit up north is we also have Kongrong, which I didn't notice during the turn, is moving down along the coast, and we are still at war with him, and that's why we're at war with the Han Empire, because the Han Empire is currently his vassal. So I don't want to sue peace with Kongrong. Plus, looking at his forces, they do not look all that impressive. So I'm fine. What I'll probably do is I'm going to, in this episode, speed up and go ahead and go against this city battle rather than waiting for my battering rams to get built. It's a close victory, but it is a victory predicted, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'll continue moving Sun Ren towards Kangzhou. If I free and feel comfortable freeing up forces in the north, we'll be the ones ending up sandwiching Kangzhou down in the south. That's the plan, and that'll free up by doing this battle right away with Sun Quan over here against the city of Guangling, the small city. All of a sudden he'll be free after this battle to react against Kongrong, and he should be more than enough looking at Kongrong's forces to be able to deal with that. The other reason I kind of want to end the conflict with Yuan Shao, the one is to help down with Kangzhou, but I am supremely nervous about Gongsun Zhan. I think the only thing that's keeping him, because he hates me, it's a deep red as far as the relationship color, is that we have a trade agreement, but that's not enough to hold hatred in for that long. So I don't want to get tied up with too many different conflicts going at once, ideally. So if I can knock out this trade port, I'm fine suing peace with Yuan Shao. So that's kind of where I'm looking at right now. In fact, maybe what I should do to free up and keep Yuan Shao busy is I should target his city over here. What is it? Hennai. Yeah. Maybe I should target the duchy over here, make that their target, so maybe they'll bypass the trade port and leave that for me to move up the river and take. It's going to be a tough nut to crack because he has it well defended, and a trade port like that can be a tough little battle, but I think that's the way I want to work it. So with all that said, all that recap, all those plans in place, let's start out with the battle that we are going to speed up now. And that is Guangling, the small city. We are not going to continue the siege. We are going to move in with our trebuchets, forget waiting for the battering ram, and let's start this battle. We do outnumber him well. It's not a huge garrison, but we do have to fight over those walls, but fortunately we have our trebuchets to help us out in that matter. Okay, here we are. A nice snowy day to slow down my troops. We always love maneuvering in the snow. And we got towers galore, inside, outside. You gotta love these cities. Let's see where I want to focus my... There's really no perfect place to focus my attack. I think, what have we got? We've got a fort tower here. We got a fort tower here. Do we have any spot that has the least amount of fort towers? Not really. It's a pretty well balanced city. So we're just going to set up kind of in the front where we are. I'm thinking we got to take out this corner tower and we'll go against this gate. That will give him the least overlap. And we'll make that our target for the trebuchets. That's what I'm thinking. Now the question is, do I go just straight against the wall or do I really focus on the towers first? And let's see, I probably don't need to focus on the towers first because as a backup, worst comes to worst, I have flaming arrows on these archers here. So maybe what I need to do is just work on battering a hole in the wall. I think that is my highest priority right now. And then I can use my flaming arrows to take out towers after that. So I think that's the plan of how I'll approach, because I definitely outnumber him in my forces. It's just kind of getting that hole in the wall to be able to use those forces. So this is the way we'll do it. We'll focus on the wall to start. Once I get some holes in the wall, then I can bring up archers to take out the towers and then move in the rest of my forces. So let's get in here and get this started. Okay, yeah, we'll break down that wall really well, really quickly, it looks like. And if we break it down that quickly, I'll be able to break multiple holes in the wall. There we go. Let's focus over on this side now. And then I can move in to take out, and I'll probably even have enough shot left to take out towers with trebuchets myself before I have to move in the close range archers. See if we can do some damage to those archers he has on the wall if they don't get out of there in time. Wouldn't be opposed to that. And there we go. Okay, let's get the trebuchets going on this tower right in the center of the mix. And let's add flaming shot to add some drama to taking out that guard tower. And I don't mind getting some residual hits in the background against some forces. That's always a bonus. And he's moving his forces to plug up the hole. At least one of the holes is getting plugged up. So just, I know you want, probably as a viewer, you want me just to hurry up, move all my forces in, but it just makes sense to minimize my casualties since I will always know in the back of my mind I got to move against Kong Rong right after this to thwart his move down along the coast. So I am going to do this piece by piece. Okay, here we go. Now let's see, do we have ammo left in our trebuchets? Yes, we do. Let's go against this tower over here now. That'll definitely minimize the hits we need to take as we move the bulk of my forces forward. This will also be something we want to look at taking out. Depending on if my ammo holds up. Okay, those were a nice round of hits against the tower. I hate to be in that tower myself right now. We're about halfway to the damage. We're going to run out of ammo soon. I don't know if we'll get rid of this tower and another tower or not. 71%, 89%. We got some fire damage going, but it's not sticking. There we go. Let's switch over for the remaining hits. Do we have ammo left? Not much. In fact, we only have one. So let's back you off. One with ammo, so he's not going to do much damage over here against this tower. He's going to have one or two shots, and that's about it. So the rest of it is going to be up to me to take out. In fact, I'm probably going to bring my archers directly up against his spearmen there. Yeah, you trebuchet guys, don't go charging that tower. You're out of ammo. Yes, I admire your commitment, but no, no, no. So now we're just going to bring up our arrows here. Hopefully out of range of their arrows and out of range of any towers anymore. How far can this tower go out? So yeah, we're out of range of this tower, and see if we can do some damage against his spearmen holding the gap there, and then we will start a charging in with our forces if we can clear a path in the tower here. He's got archers up behind the barricade here, so that'll be the next target. Looks like he has some spear guards waiting to counteract any move I make into through the two gaps. There we go. And that should kick him back, and with that in mind, let's get some axemen moving forward. And on this flank, let's get some halberds moving forward. In fact, let's walk the halberds at this point. Let's bring them over this way to minimize the fire they're going to be up against and get my crossbowmen up there a little bit. Let's change the focus of these archers. Okay, we are in range of towers now. Let's get our guys through the breach first. And take the walls. Okay, we backed them off. I think I want to counter their archers that are behind the barricade, but he's running them back now also. So we'll change the flow or the focus of my archers against these spearmen on the wall. And now it's time to bring my halberds up big time, because we've taken out Let's get everybody else moving up because we want the support there. In fact, he's moving his cavalry around. That's time to refocus our archers over on that cavalry to prevent that. We got some halberds here that we can maybe bring in against that cavalry trying to swing around. Come in on the back side of these spearmen here. And we have the gate. My poor archers here. Let's get the halberds, seeing how they can help out against these cavalry. That'll help out tremendously. Time to take these towers on the interior. My halberds are going to arrive late to the game against that cavalry. But no more charges in the rear. Let's get moving up towards the center. We got archers taking their toll on us. We got to take them. And then we'll get our... We will get our... Yes, crossbowmen inside. Not even having to touch. Not even having to touch our generals in this case. Keep moving, keep the pressure up over here. Because those arrows that are shooting at us are doing some damage. Those towers are doing some damage. Time to take those towers out of it too. Okay, crossbowman, you're back in range. Come on, you guys, you ought to be able to push through this. Just archers, just archers. Tell yourself that. It's just archers. There we take the towers, moving on towards the city center. Let's get these archers in to help weaken up in the center. Get our range folk moving on in. Keep the swordsman there to keep that archer from returning and causing us loss in the backside. And let's take this city center. We've got the attention of his halberds now. They're coming up against this threat, and we will come right on their backside. Back right there. And crush them. Keep everybody else moving forward against the archers. They're going to make another stand by another tower. nobody should be lasting too long. Keeping my generals in reserve for no other reason than I know when we go against Kongzhou, I want them at full health so we can take on, or Kongrong, excuse me. Now they're all fading. We have the city center, we have them on the run. This battle is just about going to be over, and there we go. So we've taken the city. In spite of the snow, it's a close victory, just as they said it would be. Let's end this battle. So I couldn't manage decisive out of that. But we have the city, so mission accomplished. We'll focus on the positive.
无之妙计，算无一策。欲成大业，必先有立足之地。
Our first blow against that bad guy Kongzhou down here. We've taken one of his provinces, and that will free up Sun Quan to be able to react over here against Kongrong. We've got Sun Ren maxed out on movement. And what do we're just waiting to hop in the river up north. So I think other than, let's go back over here along the Yangtze River, and this is the last thing we want to try on this turn. Let's move into the river and see if we can get across and threaten this guy right over here. Now let's just get this mountain out of the way with our view. There we go. And let's see if we can get ashore and do some battle over here. Do we have enough left with our movement? Not quite to do battle. Oh, we do, and we do, and we do, and it's a decisive victory. But it's one I want to... It's my first battle against Liu Zhang, and I want to take it for myself, I think. Let's just look at the map view. I want to strike the first blow myself and not leave it to auto-resolve. Yes, it's lopsided, but let's get in there and see how we can do with our guy, Cheng Pu. Okay, we don't get the free preview of... Oh, we do get the preview of his armies. Looks like he's got all crossbowmen in the back, so we definitely can outrange them with our trebuchets and our archers. So I think with our trebuchets, we're probably going to be able to goad him into attacking him, since he is going to be bombarded unless he does decide to charge. We'll get our cavalry out on the wings because they're going to drive straight forward on the sides as we're bombarding him with our trebuchets to try and get ready to wreak havoc either on rear charges or against his... we'll just put our own guys right behind the line. There we go. We are ready to start this battle. Take it to him, trebuchets. As a matter of fact, no, we don't have the flaming shot available, but non-flaming shot is a pain in the butt enough for him, so. And before we forget, let's get our cavalry moving up on the wings. I didn't notice any particularly heavy kind of melee troops, so we'll just kind of let the trebuchets auto-pick in this case and see what kind of damage they can do. He does see my cavalry moving up on the side. It looks like he's breaking off a little bit, maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. Oh, that's Liu Zhang himself in there. I think I'm just going to take my guys off a duel. I think we got this handled without having to worry about a duel, especially against the main guy there, level 6. I'm not gonna test him in duel. His armies are breaking apart, spreading out. got some exposed crossbowmen right there, bringing my guys around. Hopefully they keep moving forward. We're going to go direct now against those crossbowmen. And their forces continue to move forward. Defensively, we'll kind of get the wings protected against flanking maneuvers by the cavalry on that side. They're leaving their crossbowmen to defend on their own. They're not turning back to help. Okay, we got one halberd here that might be going back to try and offer some relief. Okay, those halberds are starting to come back to protect him. While in the front, we're just doing fine with our own archers protecting us, so I'm not feeling threatened up there as I stay focused back here to stay out of distance. Come on, guys, you're getting locked up with his halberds there. He's bringing his generals back to provide support. Matter of fact, my halberds now, his halberds are focusing on that other cavalry. So let's kind of see if we can charge into the rear of them over here. And sandwich them in between. Now run back against this weakening crossbow in the back. Get those halberds away. My flanking cavalry away. Going against a general is fine by me. And their forces down here shouldn't be a threat, and no, they're not. So he's going to have his strategist out there getting shots. Let's refocus now on the general. Our halberd, unfortunately, we got sandwiched a little bit over here with our halberd cavalry. So that's where I'm going to take my hurt on this battle. Let's hope it's not enough damage to cause them. And we got him distracted. Let's start bringing our cavalry back towards my lines, where my strength is with my archers, and draw him into that kind of an attack. We got his own cavalry doing a number, but I was in a good formation to hold up against them, or should be. Let's get the halberds out there to help out. There's the one force that didn't get decimated by my arrows, so we got to provide some support over here. Do I have some more halberds to bring forward? Yes, I do. Come on, cavalry, get out of there. My cavalry in the snow is just not running fast enough for my tastes. Change those halberds down. And there we go. So we got this battle well in hand. he's just going to keep his strategist close at hand. I'm going to go out there and help him out.
骑兵就绪，做好准备。
Let's tie down the last of his cavalry
顽强不屈，
as we entice him to come forward. Now it looks like all my archers are out.
到底是无胆鼠辈。
Ammunition, so drawing him in towards my archers maybe isn't gonna work out, but we have his strategist down. Let's see if we can tag team up against his general up here. And while we're at it, bring some extra forces to help out.
骑兵上马，加快脚步，跑起来！
骑兵听命，同步。
My halberds are going to get tired chasing down his cavalry, but we seem to slowly be doing the damage on them.
马军准备，抓紧！
鼓起勇气，剑士准备。
And oh, the movement feels painstakingly slow.
我方战友正在遭受攻击。
It's time to just get this over with. Now we've got his general going. We got him flickering and wavering. There we go. Let's keep up the attack. Let's keep pressing the attack. Now we're up against the ultimate commander here. Time to just bring everybody in to help
敌
out
将
and
已被我军
support.
斩了。
And finally, these snow-slogging forces move up into the rear of his remaining forces, and we will take it down. And I'm feeling all of a sudden with this last little bit of slog, we've killed our chances at a decisive victory, and we may only be stuck and left with a close victory, but so be it. I wanted to strike first blood against it once I found out Liu Zhang himself was in this army. My generals are actually holding up well against him. Of course, there's 2 of them against his 1. That never hurts. Now it's time to bring this cavalry in to
敌
chase
将
some
受
of them
手
down.，
贼众溃不成军。
We've got our victory, so hang on, bear with me. Oh, actually, the general has fallen, so let's just end this battle right here. I'm not going to chase him down what's left. And we did somehow hang on. It didn't feel decisive, didn't it? But I guess with the snow making everything seem like a slow slog, and nobody was moving fast enough to react the way I wanted. That's the only frustrating thing about these snow battles. Everything's in slow motion. But we did hang on for a decisive victory. And it looks like my cavalry over here took the brunt of the damage. They're the ones all highly weakened. Not a lot of excessive damage on any other units. So yeah, that explains right there why we had a decisive victory.
憧憬胜利，尔等必将无往不利。
So we gained some good coin that we needed, and some nice heroism to keep my bar up where it needs to be, and I don't think... Actually, he was a tough guy to bring down. I don't think I'm going to look at employing him, or maybe I do, because I'm getting close to another promotion and the ability to build another army. Do I want to face him again? Do I want to face him again? Do I want to face him again? Let's release.
把俘虏放回去吧。
And we are going to recruit. Of course, we're in enemy territory, so let's just see if we get... I'm not sure how that works. If I pick replenishment, do I still get some replenishment in, even though I'm in enemy territory? Is that based on his captured troops to help me out? So let's just try that. I'm unclear on that being in enemy territory, if that's how it works. Now, he was in forced march. Shouldn't I still be able to get him and lock him down so he can't get away? Let's give that a shot for those remnants that remain. My commandery of Guangling is secured. Oh, that's from my battle earlier. And diplomacy, yeah, we already had signed that. Diplomacy was Jialong. Up here we have Duchy of Zhang, my pal, and we're at peace now with Jialong. So the turn is done. I think there's nobody else to move at this point, so let's see what the future holds for us. What's going to happen up in the north? That's where the most of the remaining forces remain. Let's orient the map so I don't get messed up. And maybe the last thing, let's just try this little trick, see if it works. See if I can pick a war target for the Duchy of Zhang. See if he bypasses this trade port. I don't know if it'll work out that way, but he's my bud. Let's see if we can do a war coordination target. Let's bring him up against one of these armies. Who's this way? Oh, Yuan Shao has a city way over here too. No wonder he has armies spread out. At this point, let's have his forces. Which one? Do we want to have him go against the city? Let's have him go against a specific army. There we go. Now we got his target picked out. We'll see if he leaves the port alone for me next turn. We'll find out. Or if he picks it up along the way towards his target. We'll find out. Here we go. Let's see what the future brings. A lot of Liu Bai's forces moving through the area. Let's hope he stays friendly with us. What have we got here? Oh, he has decided to give battle against us. Now, where did this one come from? Yuan Shao. I lost track of this force. So I'm a little bit surprised here, I guess, that he got to me. Oh, or did he just... he just crossed the river. This is right across the river. So he did come across the river to take on Sun Jian. It's predicted for a Pyrrhic victory. We're going to go ahead and do one more battle this episode, a triple threat, triple battle episode. Let's get in there and see what kind of map we're looking at. And let's see if we can hang on for the Pyrrhic victory. The only bad thing is, but fortunately he doesn't have the trebuchets either, but we don't either. Well, we'll see how this goes. We shall see how this goes. He's got cavalry 1, 2, 3 flanking. He's also got Jian's sword guard, so he outdoes us with cavalry, it looks like. But I got plenty of spear to hold my line. So let's get in there and take a look at this final battle of the episode. Woo, that's a bright. Let's kind of settle in here, let that white play with our eyes, and I think what we're going to do, we're going to look at setting up a line kind of on the other side, kind of make him come to us over the water, because that'll slow down his movement along with this snow, which will allow the archers that I do have available to hopefully do some damage against him. So that's kind of how we're going to bring this one about. Let's see. Well, how do we want to hold this line? put a couple spearmen in the center and set this line right here. And then as far as on the flanks, then we want to have, we'll have spearmen on one side against any flanking maneuvers by his superior cavalry, and we'll set the halberds on the other side right across the water here against any flanking moves. And we got our own cavalry then to set up. Also, we'll set them up on the wings to kind of get around the backside. We'll see if his cavalry decides to go against them or not. Otherwise, if they don't fall for that or don't go for that, we got Huang Gai, one wild and crazy guy, which right now is available to put forward for a duel, and we'll try that also. And let's get our archers behind our protected line to hopefully do damage to them when they move up and slog through this water. I believe the water slows down their movement along with the snow, so hopefully those archers can do some damage to them. Let's start the battle. In fact, I don't think we'll look at dueling with anybody else at this point. I'll keep Sun Jian available too, but Huang Gai is my guy that's going to go out and search them out and see what we can come up with. Out of range, out of range. Let's see if we can move a little closer and hunt someone down to do some battle with. We should be in range soon. Let's go. 1G. Now I wonder if that water's frozen, if it's really going to slow them down like normal water would do. Oh, and we get knocked off first. Huang Gai, come on, we need you. We need you in this one. We need you in this one. There we go. That's the kind of Huang Gai action I like to see. Now let's take a look at where his cavalry is going before I forget about it. Yeah, he's moving right down the center, not really. Okay, we got the right kind of cavalry against his right kind of cavalry, so that may be just what we end up doing, is charging in on his cavalry. Huang Gai is still holding his own.
你根本无力击败我！以言辞粗鄙，我当原样奉还。
挺住！
Okay, we can watch you up a little closer, Huang Gai. Let's see, you almost got him. Ooh, let's zoom in on the straight line. I know it's ZigZagZog, but I don't need to go ZigZagZog with the camera. Okay, almost ready for another power move, perhaps to finish him off.
知道你能行。愿汝之刀锋立于汝之传舌吧。
Let's see if that's what does it to finish him off. Boom, and we do it.
敌将
Successful.
已被我军斩了。
Let's get back on our horse. Now, are there generals anymore? Kind of a last-minute charge, and let's get these guys out of here. They are not there to go up against halberds. Come on, cavalry.
速速前进！
Maybe Sun Jian is available for a little duel. Has he got anyone else that's looking to duel? No, the rest of their characters don't want to duel.
敌军四散而逃，到底是无胆鼠辈。
Let's move them fast to counter that cavalry trying to get around my line.
上！准备好了。
In fact, I got to bring this cavalry back to help counter his. Come on, move fast, guys. Move fast. Get braced. Oh no, his charge. Fortunately, it's not against his strongest charging cavalry.
击
友军
We
正
got to
在
keep
遭受攻
moving
击。
those forward.
时机已至，加快脚步。
Keep away from those spearmen.
骑兵在此。尽情厮杀。
Keep my cavalry away from those halberds. He's trying to hide in there and sneak up upon me.
敌军士
One
兵
guy,
正在
let's
溃
come
逃。
back in and get you mixed up with their arranged units.
骑兵上马。快跑！
Bring my cavalry back out to be able to do another charge.
骑兵
Let's bring this cavalry out to flank back on those sword militia.
事时已尽，无法继续射击了。片甲不留。
Time to come back in on their cavalry. And I'm fine having their cavalry go against my spear.
在。
Time to come in on the rear of these swordsmen. Come on, Huang Gai, slog through. We got to get down in here. Sun Jian, let's get you out
有
there
什么来自
against these
孙子的
guys
智慧
too.
吗？
尔等所见颇多，
See if we can get my leaders out there against their archers and the like, because that's where they're doing some damage to me
到
right
底是
now.
无胆鼠辈。
尽情厮杀。
杀光敌军！骑兵就绪，诛灭敌军！骑兵听命！
举起长矛，进攻！
Bring our spears out to help against that cavalry.
做好准备，
住！感受大地的愤怒吧！
听命，杀呀！
敌军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫！杀呀！感受大地的愤怒吧！
It's time to move you down. We got some weaker units over here. Huang Gai, let's see if you can work on their strategist.
不要留情！
Sun Jian, let's get you in here to do a power move over here.
骑兵
Let's
在
get
此
these cavalry that's been sitting back here. Park them back out. Let's get my halberds across the water to help
敌
against
军
their
仓皇逃
halberds in the
窜
rear.，
一群懦夫！
做好准备，
做好准备，
挺住！杀光敌军！
做好准备！
准备好了，
And let's get going over here. Let's get some action to help out and support on this side of the line where we are getting some damage done to us.
骑兵注意！
胜利就在眼前。
片甲不留。
Sun Jian, Huang Gai. Huang Gai will keep you up against their strategist.
进攻！
Sun Jian, let's get in on their general. He's doing some damage over here.
鼓起勇气，杀呀！在，
And these halberds have been sitting there going, waiting for the order. Let's charge into the rear.
剑士准备！好起来！敌将受手，贼
Hey,
众
Huang
溃
Gai,
不
we
成
need to
军。
work on this other leader over
就
here.
这点本事。注意，冲啊！骑兵准备，
准备就绪，杀！
时机已至，诛灭敌军。
Okay, we got their leader wavering now. Let's keep the pressure up on him.
敌兵在此，
长剑在手，
Get these other flanking forces in, and we will have this done, this
敌
battle.
军四散而逃，到底是无胆鼠
Question
辈
is, Sun Jian, are you going to be able to do some damage against their guy over here?
准备就绪，
As we chase everybody else down. Okay, this is the battle. I think this is the army I had picked as the war target for the duchy.
马军准备，
Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this up as I chase down forces, because this was a big army, and the more I can weaken them down, the better. All right, and it is a close victory. I think we were predicted for Pyrrhic victory, so I'm happy. Anytime I can get a slightly better result than what's predicted, I am one happy camper. So let's get out of here. Okay, we put a world of hurt on this guy. Thrilled with that. Heroism's got to be maxed out after this. He did not seem to be too much of a threat to me. We're just going to release. I'm in the habit of releasing. I am going to take the replenishment. Okay, Yuan Shao is sending that other army of his down the river, I noticed, so that may be my new war target that I send the duchy against. And let's see where Kong Rong's headed, because that's where Sun Quan is going to be headed, and he may be headed towards that port down there, which is a race I can't win. Okay, he's retreating his forces, but I should still be in range to just knock him out, go against the Han Empire, then take it to his own territory. So what we shall do is, at this point, we'll go back and we'll take a look at all this stuff. Well, let's take a look at the stuff that pops up. Liu Bai signs a peace treaty with Shi Hui. And vengeance is mine. The burden of a vengeful duty that long clouded this general's happiness is finally lifted. Through sheer chance, they encounter their target on a lonely road and satisfy their responsibility once and for all. So great satisfaction for Cheng Pu. Not that I've really had to worry about him all along at all. Traits gained. Cheng Pu now is creative. Very cool. Of course, he resents discipline, so that could cause conflict, but we'll take it. The Wooden Ox will go and assign that ancillary next time Changsha, the small city, has built its Silk Expedition trading port, and definitely notice that. My per turn income is up back over 2,000, so we'll be in position. Let's see, war coordination target is canceled, so when we come back next time, we'll pick a new war coordination target. We still... the Duchy of Zhong. Looks like we have them taking over. In spite of what I did, they took over the port. Yep, so that no longer has to be a threat to mine. I may conceivably think about suing for peace now with Yuan Shao, so I can focus down on the Kongzhou Empire down here. And if that's the case, I might even be able to turn around Sun Ren down here to come back and help support the port. If that all works out, that's where we're headed next time. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate every view I get, every comment I get, every like I get, every subscription I get. I appreciate anything you all offer, even if it's just a simple view. Thanks for watching. ZigZagZog signing off from Western Kentucky.